Hello everyone and welcome to our favourite propulsion swimming podcast of 2025. It's our end of year award show special where we discuss who are the best swimmers of 2025.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that we had some very good, strong showings this year, both on the British point of view and international point of view. 12 awards to go through. Scott will tell you how it all works out.
So, if you are new to these awards, I'll do a quick explainer of how we work out winners for our 12 annual swimming awards every single year. So the first step is we opened up each award to public nomination on our Instagram, which is a great reason to follow us over there if you haven't already. This year we received a staggering 2,000 nominations in the 24 hours we set them live, which is amazing, Dan.
Yeah, it's amazing how much of a big deal it actually is getting the public vote in. You're going to explain how important it actually is, but we are truly grateful for you to be involved in. Yes, we put our 2 pence in, but actually it's the public that needs to get involved as part of this community, and we do appreciate it a lot.
Then we have 24 hours of public voting on shortlists for 3 nominees of every award, which, like Dan said, have actually been directly influenced by public nominations. We really do listen. And as we go through each award tonight, we can really highlight where the public opinion changed some original shortlists, because it did. It bumped a few swimmers off shortlist. We brought swimmers in. Some awards we actually had no shortlist until public nomination.
Yeah, it's true.
The reason we do this is because public opinion and the propulsion swimming community, like people who listen to this podcast, people who follow us on social media, people who interact with our content, it means so much to us. We literally couldn't do this without you. And we actually don't want to be the sole influencers on award outcomes. Like, as much as me and Dan host this podcast, I don't want that responsibility on my shoulders. And with that in mind, the public vote outcomes count for 34% of each award winners, whereas Dan gets 33% and myself, Scott, gets 33%. So if there's ever like a 3-way split, public opinion will always come out on top. We've done this every year. It's the fairest way we can see to still have some influence on some awards that have our own name, propulsion swimming, against them. But really, public voting, it can change our opinion as we go along and we discuss this podcast, because Dan doesn't know the outcome of the public votes. I can tell you now, he stayed off social media, he's blind to it, and it really could change which way he votes, which way I vote when we get to it.
Yeah, I purposely don't look at Instagram for basically a week to make sure that I don't know
Instagram.
I don't want to know the results and be swayed from that point of view. Like, I have an idea for maybe 10 of these awards, and then there's 2 awards I still don't have my choice as of yet. So this is where the debate comes in.
Okay, we're recording, Dan.
Public vote is important because public basically trump us, especially if it's a 3-way tie. So, which I feel like it might happen a number of times on this one, just because we've got no idea where to go just yet. But I think once we get talking about it, sometimes I actually get my answer just by talking it out. So we'll get there. We'll get there.
We absolutely will. So, without further ado then, let's jump into Propulsion Swimming Awards 2025. And we start this year's awards with British Breakout swimmer. And this year nominated are Amelie Smith, Philip Novacki and Jacob Mills. So Amelie Smith this year was crowned double European champion before securing 2 IM silver medals at the World Junior Championships later on the summer in Ottopenny. Philip Novacki won the World Junior title in both the 100 and 200 metres breaststroke, setting a new European junior record in the process in the 200 metres. And Jacob Mills set new British age group records in the 100 metres freestyle, and his first senior selection was backed up with silver medals in both the 50 and 100 metres freestyle at the World Junior Championships.
Yeah, I mean, 3 big names, if I'm honest, in terms of British swimmers coming through right now. We've left a number of names off in terms of our honourable mentions as well. Blythe Kinsman did very well this year, I think, starting to come through. Theodora Taylor, Alex Painter did very well. Max Morgan became British champion for the first time in the 50 breaststroke. Tyler Melbourne Smith breaking the British record in the 800 short course freestyle. Maybe they're unfortunate not to be in these top 3, but I think the top 3 that we've got, again, thanks to public nominations as well, I think we've kind of got it right with our top 3.
I hope so. I think the ones you mentioned in that list, Tyler Melbourne Smith is the standout who could have come into this. I am very excited to see what he does this summer at the Commonwealth Games for Wales. I believe he's already qualified and hit that nomination time or consideration time as we are recording this, which is great news for him. But of these three swimmers then, there is one swimmer who has swam senior a world's level long course, which is Jacob Mills. I think if you had asked me this nomination or this award come April off the back of champs, he would have been my very obvious pick because he is that junior swimmer who came second at trials. He
Not
got
a million miles away
individual
behind
swim.
Matt as well. Who,
Exactly.
He was head and shoulders going in,
But then the summer happened.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of straightforward based off a junior swimmer swimming a world junior title, 2 of them, which doesn't come around very often for Aquatics GB swimmers. Let's be honest with you. We don't often send a big team to world junior championships. And he won it in a time that would have won world championships in the summer senior had he have gone. And then he backed it up again by setting new European junior records in the short course format.
Yes.
At European short course later on in the year in December. My pick is Filip Nowacki, Dan.
Yeah, I'm not going to twist your arm here and try and change your mind because he is also my pick because it's very difficult to pick anyone else because he would have won the senior 200 breaststroke in the Worlds with his 2:07.3, not a million miles away from the British record as well that Ross Murdoch currently holds. I think that's on borrowed time, if I'm honest. That will go this season or next season. But European records, junior records, world junior records, sub 60 for the first time as well now, long course. Backs up short course, like you were saying, 2:02.9 for his 200 breaststroke. So he's on fire right now. He is the breaststroker to beat, I suppose, right now, with Adam kind of out of the picture at the moment. But that might change with champs coming up and Commonwealth Games, of course, is the summer coming up. I don't want to say that the other two had no chance. Emily Smith actually did exceptional this season. The fact that she's gone in a 400 IM, the 4th fastest ever as a British swimmer, is really good going, challenging Freya Colbert, Abby Wood, those types of swimmers.
I'm looking forward to Champs 2026.
Oh my God,
to see where she's at.
And so those times, as well as the medals as well, silvers, like you said, in the 200 and 400 at World Juniors. And then Jacob Mills, I think I was in the same boat as you. After April, you think, oh, this is going to be really difficult for him to not win this award. But and he actually kind of backs up silver medals in World Juniors.
He did in the summer. He let no one down.
Yeah, sub 22 again, well. High 47 and 103. Like, he didn't do anything wrong. It's just that Filip Nowacki is, or just done something very special. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what he did. So yeah, Filip Nowacki is my choice as well.
It's interesting you talk about Jacob Mills because I think he was the only 17-year-old ever to dip below 22 seconds for 50 and 48 seconds for 100, which is some achievement.
Yeah.
There's a bright future ahead for him, no doubt whatsoever. It's just the two junior titles and how they were won, and he backed it up at European short course. I know he didn't come away with medals, but he backed it up. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I think British swimming right now, when it comes to these younger swimmers coming through, is in a good spot right now.
Yeah,
and these three are leading the light, if you like, but the names I listed below as well, and Blythe Kinsman, Theodora Taylor, etc. I think we should be excited because we got some star swimmers coming through.
Really excited. And public voting for this one agrees with us.
Okay.
Jacob Mills came in 3rd place with 15% of the vote. Emily Smith in 2nd place with 18% of the vote. And Filip Nowacki in 1st place with a massive 66% of the vote. So this one was fairly straightforward. Filip Nowacki is the new British Breakout Swimmer of the Year from Propulsion Swimming.
Yeah, I kind of agree with how that's gone. Maybe, Emily Smith and Jacob Mills got the same sort of percentage, but I think Filip Nowacki is a deserved winner of this award, so congratulations to him.
There's a lot of buzz. Indeed. Next award of tonight then, the International Breakout Swimmer of the Year, and we've got some monsters to deal with in this category. Ahmed Jawadi, Roos van Otterdijk and Peter Coetzee make up an all-star list from us. So Ahmed Jawadi delivered a breakthrough performance at World Championships to secure his first global titles in the 8 and 1500 meters freestyle. Roos van Otterdijk is Belgium's standout performer at Singapore, making history by winning silver in the 100 meters butterfly and bronze in the 50 meters butterfly. And actually her nomination for this award came from the public. She was very, very strongly nominated when we first put this out for the public votes. Then the third swimmer is Peter Kirksey, who won gold and 2 silvers at Singapore World Championships, winning the in our opinion and statistically the fastest ever 100 backstroke final there has ever been, hitting the 3rd fastest time in the process. And there were some monster swimmers we left off this list.
Yes, I
know. Just to start this, but those 3 swimmers, we've got world medalists galore.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely stunning lineup for an international breakout year. Let's very quickly go through the names that could have made this list but just missed out. Luka Mijatovic, that 16-year-old from America, hitting age group records for fun at the moment in the 4, 8,
he'll
15.
win this award one day.
I'm sure he will, as will the next swimmer in Yu Zidi, who's currently only 12. She will win this award at some point. Actually came away with a bronze in the Worlds, didn't she, for a heat swim, I believe it was.
She was the one who got bumped for Roos van Otterdijk.
Yes, yeah. Another American, Campbell McKean, very good breaststroker. He went sub 60 for the first time. Michael Andrews, national age group record, I believe, as well. Sienna Tooney, another 16-year-old from Australia, breaststroke again. And Shin Ohashi also made the list, potentially made the list, world junior record for the 200-meter breaststroke. But I think our top 3, much like in the other award, are probably your top 3, I would have thought. But
I would say UZD's probably got more buzz, but then when public nomination happened, it didn't turn out that way, so it swayed our opinion. Roos van Otterdijk makes it. I will say, like, on top of, obviously I've talked through her world's accomplishments in Singapore, she had a very, very good European short course speed.
Yes.
A little bit like Marit Steenbergen, she was just racing absolutely everything all over the place and performing very, very well.
I think
that being said, Dan...
Okay, yeah, I was going to say that I think Worlds is going to be the main trump. If you perform well at Worlds, that will trump European short course, for example.
Yeah.
So that's probably why Van Oostdijk, in our opinion, also should be in that top 3, because she gets the medals. She won the medals at Worlds as well as European short course, whereas UZD didn't. Only won the 1 bronze, I think.
That being said, I think this is between the 2 male swimmers who are nominated for this award.
I agree.
And I would love to hear your opinion on this first.
Yeah, interesting one. This was one where I was almost on the fence, but I am leaning one way.
Okay.
I really enjoyed Peter Kirksey's swims. The fact that you said in the intro just then that he was part of those backstroke fields, monster fields, come away with medals in every backstroke event as well, winning the 100 backstroke, which I don't think he was supposed to win that because of the names that are in there, your Kos, your Chekon, etc., etc. Hit African records in every single one of those races as well. He's on fire at the moment, and you've got Jawadi as well, who's basically the same sort of in form, just winning everything. The last 50, 100 meters is just blisteringly quick, just too quick for everyone else, and comes away with the 8 and 1500 double at Worlds. So it's kind of one of those where is 2 golds better than a gold and 2 silvers, if you want to put it that way. Whose performances were better, whose fields were stronger, and I've kind of tossed this all up, and ultimately I think my choice is Ahmed Jawadi is the way I'm going to go. It's a tough one because I would say the field is stronger on the backstroke side, but I just think the swims and how he did it, Jawadi, in both the 8 and the 15, they were quite exciting races as well, to be fair. He gets my vote on this one.
Yeah, I struggle with this as well, because Peter... Like, that 100 backstroke, that was the men's race I was most looking forward to.
Yes.
At the World Championships this year, because we've got Ollie Morgan in that, from a British perspective as well. And I actually really loved the way Peter Kirksey raced and went about his business over the summer. He raced a lot heading into World Championships, and he backed it up when it came to World Championships. He had already shown his hand earlier that year in the fact that he could go below a 52 point, which he did at the World University Games, I believe it was, in Germany. That being said, I'm with you in the fact that Jawadi's done the freestyle double at distance, and it's the swim in the 800 meters, which I think puts him the 3rd fastest ever. And they're like, whisper them very quietly. There are whispers that he is looking at the unthinkable world record in that event. And he is sizing it up because he wasn't a million miles off it.
No, and this is what I was toying with as well, because of course Coetzee did really well in the 100 backstroke, clearly, and I thought the check on world record of 51.65, I think it is, was at the time, I thought was a perfect swim, and then to be able to beat that
people
would
are
be
getting so close to that now.
extremely difficult. But I think that's on borrowed time as well, just because of the sheer depth backstroke has right now in the international world. But I think the 800 free is just one of those unthinkable records. Women's 200 fly, I put that in the same category. If he does that, then next year, for the next year awards, he's going to be right at the top for everything, I think, there. But yeah, I think we're on the same wavelength here. I think Djawadi just nicks it. Yes, he won 2 golds, but it's the way he won those golds that just steals it for me.
Okay, and I wanted us to discuss this before I brought up the public vote, because we were lucky enough that our social media from this got promoted by Ahmed Djawadi, who has a massive following around the world of swimming, and he did win this vote very comfortably. Okay. I don't think it's as comfortable as the public vote has said whatsoever. I think this is a really, really close award to pick, because Peter Coetzee is swimming in an absolute golden generation of backstrokers. You could argue Hubert Koss maybe is the better backstroker right now, but I think that's a hard argument to make. I think he is right there at the top of it. It's an argument I don't want to have right now, maybe in the comments section of this podcast. The public vote ended up being 10% to Roos van Otterdijk, 23% to Peter Coetzee, and a massive 67% to Ahmed Djawadi. Okay. So it was a landslide. He had a huge amount of following who came over and voted on this award, which we really appreciate.
Yes.
I wanted you not to be unbiased, because I actually thought you were going to go Peter Coetzee before we started recording this.
I was toying with it. I was on the fence, to be fair, and I just... Yes, I think I've just said it already, but the way he swam the races... again, there's a deep field in freestyle distance swimming on the men's side right now.
There is.
He is, he is at the moment head and shoulders above everyone, which is some doing based on the field that he's having to deal with.
So, our international breakout swimmer of the year 2025 from Propulsion Swimming is Ahmed Djawadi. Very, very much deserved, albeit quite a tight award to hand out. It doesn't look like that on paper, but it was. Definitely was.
Yeah, I think the graphics are going to say otherwise. It looks like a complete and utter landslide, when really I was not quite 50-50. I was definitely leaning towards Djawadi, but yeah, closer than it looks.
Next award tonight then is the most improved British swimmer of the year. So this year we have nominated Ed Mildred, Lauren Cox and Jack McMillan. So Ed Mildred capped off a year of progress by winning the British 100 metres fly title, and recently at the end of this year took down a 16-year-old super suit British record in the 200 metres butterfly in the short course metres. That was Michael Rock's record, which you started mentioning Michael Rock broken records. That's good.
Yes,
that's
big deal.
Really good.
Very big.
Lauren Cox this year broke British records across the long course and short course formats with a stunning 100 metres backstroke title at the European Short Course Championships later on this year. And Jack McMillan stepped into the all-conquering 4x200 free relay with aplomb. Like, he's really stepped into his role, and he finished off the year winning a first individual title in the 400 meters freestyle at the European Short Course Championships, something that it feels like it's been building for a little while for Jack. He's had to be really patient behind the absolute stable of swimmers that Aquatics GB have got in the 200 metres. I still like his prospects in the 400 metres in the future. Short course, it's happened for him this year. Dan, the honourable mentions for this.
Yes.
Before we get to the list, I want to talk about 2 swimmers, because we had them on this shortlist very quite comfortably in Freya Colbert and Ollie Morgan, because they both broke British records this year. And what we decided is they are going to be nominated later on in this award show for the best in their categories, in the female swimmer and male swimmer. We wanted to look a little bit deeper into the world of Aquatics GB, in the world of British swimming, and just see what other names people mentioned. And actually it was these 3 swimmers that we've put forward. They all got nominated quite a lot in public, and we said, we're comfortable discussing Freya and Ollie later on in this podcast, because we will do at some length.
Yeah, I think that will go the same for Angharad Evans as well. We've already spoken
Yes,
about Philip
yes.
Nowacki, who was also up there for potential improved British summer. Abby Wood has dropped times in both her IM events, long course as well. So there was a number of names that could have been in this one, but I think the top three that we have, Jack McMillan was actually public nominated in, wasn't he? Or
I
he
think
was,
so, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a tough one. This is probably the first hardest one to
Yes.
get my head wrapped around here.
I agree. Which is why I'm going to throw a spanner in the work. And we're going to start with public vote.
Oh man. Okay, fine.
Because I know there's a certain swimmer on this list who you're a big, big fan of.
I am.
So, in third place on the public vote was Ed Mildred with 16% of the vote.
Oh wow. Okay.
Second place was Lauren Cox with 38% of the vote.
So
And in first place was Jack McMillan with 46% of the vote, which
Oh wow. Okay.
may be a little surprising, but actually given the public nomination, put him into this award and put him into, we'll get to it later on, awards in this show. Maybe not surprised he's won the public vote. This confuses things for me slightly.
Yes. I mean, what's the definition that we have for most improved summer? Is a drop in time. That's what I kind of perceive it as. How much they've improved on maybe the processes as well. To get new lifetime bests, basically. All of them have hit lifetime best.
Yeah.
So it then depends how much they've dropped and how much they've improved on those certain skills.
Okay.
Which doesn't really help me, if I'm perfectly honest. Because they've all done their bits and pieces on their particular strokes. They're all different strokes, aren't they? I'm a big fan of Ed, and I've been waiting for this moment for him to be I consider him number one fly swimmer right now in this country.
Well,
he's the one to beat at champs.
I will say that Josh Gammon had a very good winter short course meet.
Oh,
I
there's
will
other
say
names,
that,
Jacob
and
Peters.
he did beat Ed at the 100.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I suppose he's reigning British champion, isn't he? So he has that title to head into champs in April. But it's stuck. I don't know if you're leaning one way or the other. I have an idea who I want to win, but it's not Jack. I don't think I've had Jack in my head. I know he did really well European short course, really well. Gold in the 400, silver behind Duncan in a 200. Obviously, gold in that relay. He's kind of taken over from Tom Dean at the moment, which I think it's going to be really hard for Tom to get back into that team, if I'm honest. It's the way that Jack is swimming.
Training with Jack.
So, yeah, well, that's just it. So, and Duncan, so they're all training together. So it's going to be very, very interesting. But I've taken Jack out. So I'm kind of tossed between Lauren and Ed. And I'm actually, I can't stop looking at Lauren. The British records that she's hit they're a big deal. Like, she was fractions off getting the 100 backstroke short course as well, which I believe was Lizzie Simmons, like 0.2 off that. So she could have had almost a clean sweep of all the backstroke British records apart from the long course 100 back, which is extremely strong, obviously. But she's too good at the 50 backstrokes. And maybe if the 50 back wasn't an Olympic event, maybe I would have gone to like Ed. But now that 50 back is in the Olympics and it's an award event, obviously, she could come away with an Olympic medal in 2-3 years' time, which is a really big deal, obviously. But I'm leaning towards Lauren.
Okay.
And I'm going to pass it over to you. That's the way I'm leaning. I think I've picked Lauren. I'm going to go with Lauren.
Okay. I think you're wrong to dismiss Jack that quickly.
Okay.
I would have Jack above Ed. Ed's had a massive year of improvement. I'm not, which I guess is the title of this award. He's the move to Manchester has worked.
Yes, very much
and
so.
is working. Jack won a world gold medal.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
that's the thing. Like, he stepped into that relay, which is the most high pressure thing for Aquatics GB. And it was like there was a reigning Olympic champion racing in the water. Which
every single one of those guys. I mean, we'll get to it with British race, but every one of those guys raced a very professional race. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And the way he raced that race, I mean, goes forgotten that he just sat there for 150 and then went.
Yeah.
Like, that takes some guts with the way the Americans were swimming.
Yep. So you're really torn.
I'm really torn between Jack and Lauren because Lauren's broken 2 British records. I'm going to shock you here. What I've written down on my notes is Lauren Cox.
Oh. Okay.
which I'd never like going against the public opinion.
Nor do I, to be fair. But
And honestly, throughout the whole process of this, for multiple awards that we're going to get to, the amount that Jack McMillan has been nominated and has been shouted out and has won votes has been eye-opening.
yes, I know. It has been.
I think he's massively respected in the world of Aquatics GB. Has he had huge drops in times that make him a winner of this? I don't know.
Well, this is a thing. They've all PB'd in all of their strongest events. So it's tough from that point of view.
Do you know what, Dan? I'm so on the fence about this, and I really can't decide that. I'm just going to leave this to public opinion. I'm just going to say...
Oh, that's a good cop-out.
I'm going with public and saying Jack McMillan. I was surprised by how much public went for Jack McMillan. Looking at it, because I'm so on the fence with it, I get it. Like a world gold, a European gold, like that European title that he won. He beat Lucas Martins. He beat Dan Whiffen. It was a very, very good swim. Yes, there's no British record to his name like Lauren Cox has got. There's some big medals and some very, very big swims in big, big moments, which I think makes him like he stepped up, if that makes sense.
Well, you only have to hear it from Duncan himself in the interview he had after the 200 free in the European short course. The fact that Jack is actually out training Duncan at the moment, which I've never thought anyone could ever do. And Jack is doing that right now, and clearly the results are happening. So I don't know if his name, for me, next year, if he's in this award again and gets nominated, then maybe his name will be in the lights then. Or even Best Male Swimmer, who knows. But yeah, it's a really difficult one, in all fairness.
Really difficult,
really
tough. Because like heading in, I genuinely thought Lauren Cox until I saw the public.
So this is why I don't want to look at these results mainly for that. So
yeah. It's really confusing. But Jack McMillan is the most improved British swimmer 2025 from Propulsion Swimming. Next up then, British Para Swimmer of the Year, which is as confusing as a award when you really dig into things. We've got the likes of Poppy Maskill, Faye Rogers, and Will Ellard. So, Poppy Maskill this year won an outstanding 5 gold medals at the World Para Championships out in Singapore. Faye Rogers has set numerous world, European, British records throughout the whole year, and that was topped off by a gold and 4 silvers at the World Para Championships, and Will Ellard won 4 golds and a bronze at the World Para Championships in Singapore, with multiple freestyle world records to his name. Dan, this is really, really tough, and there was a big sway for a few honourable mentions from a massive swath of nominations.
Yes.
But I think this is the 3 we settled on in the end. Well, it is the 3 we settled on.
It is the 3, and I think rightly so, based on the medals that they won at World Paras. I mean, I know Bruce D, he was a very popular nominee, but you can't take or put Bruce D in the top 3 and take one of the 3 out. If you've got someone, let's say, Faye Rogers, who won 1 gold, 4 silvers, Poppy Maskill, 5 golds, you can't take one of those swimmers out because the achievements are too high. But one of our honorary mentions is Bruce D, of course. Mark Tomset as well, hit a European record in 100 backstroke. Iona Winifred, British record in 200 IM. So there were a number of names that we were thinking about, and she did really well this year. But I think the top 3 are the top 3. It's just trying to then think of who's number 1. And I'll be honest with you, I'm going to be on the fence, just like you were on the previous one, because I don't know yet.
Okay, so I'm going to shoot my shot early then, because I am completely on the fence with this. I didn't like how last award turned out. I'm going to go Faye Rogers.
Okay.
The story behind Faye Rogers and how far she's come and how she is now outperforming her able-bodied times before her accident is astonishing. Every time she gets in the water, there is improvements. Maybe she should have been up for most improved swimmer. Let's be honest with you.
Yes, true.
She probably could have been. I remember very distinctly being in the media zone at British Champs last year, and they have like an awards board going on there for every British record set in the London Aquatics Centre.
Yep.
And there was a run of about 5 or 6 Faye Rogers names, and she almost took up a whole board. And they were starting to get a bit twitchy because it was getting to the end of the meet and there wasn't another board ordered. There will be this year.
Yes.
She had an outstanding British Championships, and I think there's there's a huge amount that needs to go into the backstory and understanding how far she's come. She's had fantastic seasons with Aberdeen and Patrick Miley. She's now moved over to Edinburgh under Matt Trodden.
Yep.
I'm just going to go Faye Rogers. I think the two S14 swimmers, super, super hard to separate them.
Yes.
And what Aquatics GB are doing in the S14 category is world leading.
Yep.
Quite comfortably world leading when you're
Yes.
winning the medals that they are winning. The Faye Rogers story it's kind of captured me throughout the 2025 year.
Yep.
So she is getting my vote.
Especially when she's now hitting times quicker than what she was doing when she was an able-bodied swimmer. That is a story all by itself.
Well, at Bucks, she finaled.
Yes, I know. And this is the thing. She's racing these able-bodied swimmers and beating some of them. I think it was.
finaled at
Bucks. Bucks
two
fifth,
and two fly.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sixth.
Oh no, she's extremely good at 200 fly. I lost count how many times she hit the world record and European record. She hit a British record in 200 dimes as well, if I remember rightly. 400 free as well. So you could class her as a versatile swimmer based on that as well. I'm just umming and ahhing. All three of these names have hit world records. Will Ellard in 100 free, Poppy Maskell in 100 fly. They're two main events, if you like, where Ellard could be maybe favoured in a 200 free over the 100 free. But
I think he set a world record in 200 free
yeah,
as well.
yeah. I mean, we say it all the time. Para swimming in this country is stronger, better. They achieve more when it comes to the world stage than our able-bodied swimmers. We will always say that until it changes. But these swimmers are incredible. I'm on the fence because I really like the Faye Rogers story and the amount of records that she's done. I was actually going to bring up that the record board as well, because she had a list of 5 or 6, and it was all from the 1 week.
Faye Rogers board.
Yeah, insanely good. Will Ellard added to that board as well because he hit that, or he equalled the world record at trials as well for that. Yeah, I mean, what do you put it down to? Do you want to put it down to world records and the times that they were hitting, or do you want to put it down to accolades and the goals that they were winning? So based on the gold, you then have to say Poppy Maskell, but I think the world records that Faye Rogers was hitting were stronger because of the decrease that she was having throughout this year. Very, very, very hard. I remember Poppy Maskell at Paris winning 5 Paralympic medals, and she's done it again, winning 5 here at Worlds.
She didn't win this award last year either.
She didn't. Do you know what? No, I don't. Wait. No, yeah, I'll go for it. Right, this is it. I'm going for Poppy Maskell. I feel almost hard done by. She'd feel hard done by for not winning last year. I'm going to put her forward because she's done basically exactly the same thing again. And I believe I voted for her last year. I'm going to do it again. I picked Poppy Maskell.
This year, this goes down to public vote.
I'm really interested. I honestly think this is going to be extremely close.
This is extremely close.
It is.
In
Okay.
third place with 28% is Poppy Maskell.
No way. Oh my gosh.
In second place with 34% is Faye Rogers, which
Really?
means in 38% with Will Ellard, and
it
the
is
public
close.
opinion trumps both me and you, Dan.
Yeah, it does.
Will Ellard has won this year's Propulsion Swimming British Para Swimmer of the Year.
Wow.
4 golds, 1 bronze, nothing too shabby to write home
yeah.
about. This goes down to public opinion, which means Will Ellard is a double winner of this award and wins it again based off public opinion, which I think he did last year as well. I'm not too against it. Like, these 3 at the top end of the sport are really, really close together. I think Poppy Maskell's quite hard done by to not have won this award over the last 2 years.
I know.
Really, really hard done by.
I think we need to drum home that even though we didn't pick Will to win this award both years, doesn't mean that we don't think he deserves it.
No, we
Absolutely does. All 3 of them do. It's just so
Yeah.
difficult to pick one out of the 3.
with every swimmer essentially that's got onto the shortlist of nominees. Me and Dan have vetted this. We haven't just put 3 swimmers that the public have voted for. Like, we're comfortable with any of these winning this
for
award.
sure.
Let's be honest with you.
Yes.
That's the reason they are part of this award. Okay, so that just about rounds up the first part of this award show. We're going to take a quick ad break, and when we come back, we will be discussing British Race of the Year, which I can tell you now, Dan, is the closest public vote we have for the whole awards evening.
Oh, exciting.
Okay, everyone, welcome back, and we are talking British Race of the Year. This year, our nominations are the men's 4x200 metres World's Gold Medal Relay Team, the men's 200 metres freestyle at Trials, and the men's 200 metres breaststroke at World Junior Championships. So, the 4x2, I don't need to tell you too much more, other than the likes of Matt Richards, James Guy, Jack McMillan, and Duncan Scott defended their world title, anchored by Duncan Scott's blistering 1:43.82 split. The men's 200 metres freestyle at Aquatics GB Champs, a historic and frankly unforgettable dead heat that left the whole of London in a state of shock. Me and Dan were in that arena. We had no idea what was going to happen next, because essentially selection depended on a winner.
Yes.
Which there was not a winner. And then the men's 200 metres breaststroke. This is the Filip Nowacki show, where he took down current world junior record holder in a new championship and European junior record time of 2:07.32. This is tough, because you've got Aquatics GB's only gold medal at World Championships, and the relay will forever be the relay. Like, this is the Aquatics GB event. We were poolside for that 200 meters freestyle. Now, the time, I'm gonna say this now, the time wasn't blistering. It wasn't outstanding.
Low
but it was a
1:45.
race.
Still good, but race.
Yeah, it's still very good. It's not like a major meet time, but it's still very, very good. And Matt Richards has a lot to play into that, as well as Duncan Scott and James Guy. The way he raced that and took that out to the 150, and man, did it hurt him. We spoke to him afterwards, and he was in a lot of pain.
Yep.
That's hard because I have some bias. I was poolside for that. I witnessed that. I saw everyone afterwards. I felt the vibe in the arena.
Yep.
I wouldn't say it was special. It was unique. Like, that. That was a very unique atmosphere. The men's 200 meters breaststroke. This is the breakout of Filip Nowacki.
Yes.
I'm not sure where to go.
Well, let's start
Again,
with
this is some incredibly tough awards we've had in the middle.
Let's start with the races that could have been the top three but didn't ultimately get nominated or put forward. The women's 200 freestyle at Worlds, where Freya Colbert hit her British record. That was a pretty big race for her. Men's 100 backstroke at Trials, where Ollie went his 52-point low. The men's 200 free at European short course, where we've got a 1-2 with Duncan and Jack, which we've alluded to as well. And then the men's 50 free at Worlds, where Ben Proud won his silver. But I think we'll talk about him a little bit later on.
We will discuss Ben Proud later.
Yes,
Tricky topic, but we'll discuss that later on in this podcast.
So we've come down to the 200 free, the 200 breaststroke, and the 4x2. Very difficult, because they're three almost completely different races in terms of things to take away. Because the men's 4x2 were supposed to win that. The 200 free is almost like a spectacle at Trials, and then the 200 breaststroke is like the next generation coming through. So it's almost three completely different things to think about here. And for another one, third one in a row, very much on the fence here. I think last year, actually...
This is tough. This middle portion of this podcast awards is really, really tough.
I'm hoping it gets easier, but I don't know if it does.
I think it does. I think it gets easier from this point on.
I think you were right in terms of being biased for the 200 free at Trials, because I remember from last year, I really enjoyed the 200 free from Trials because of the pressure cooker of getting your hand on the wall and being top two and going to the Olympics. Huge, huge deal. And it's the same sort of thing here, because, again, you needed a top two. Matt had already qualified. He went out and did what he did, wanted to experiment. He wanted to blast it out until the 150 mark and then hang on for grim death, of which he actually kind of did. He only lost in asterisks by 0.2 or 3, I think.
Yeah, it hurt him.
It was a big race. And then the fact that it was a dead heat as well, and you needed a number one spot to fill one spot, and they've drawn. Like, what do you do? And no one knew. Everyone's looking around like, what do we do? Like, any ideas what happens here? Even like the Aquatics GB guys like, well, I don't know. So, honestly, amazing to be poolside to experience that. The men's 4x2, I said earlier, that we're kind of expected to win that, but I said earlier as well that all four swimmers did such a professional job. Almost from what it looks like, taking it relatively easy to 100, 150, and then just blasting the final 50 and just getting the job done. So you've got to appreciate that. And then Nowacki, which we've already kind of spoken about with his 200 breaststroke, almost the next best 200 breaststroker in this country. Fully expect that British record to go from Ross Murdoch. So, yeah, I've said all of that, and I still haven't really properly picked.
Yeah, my note I have written here is empty.
Yes. I usually asterisk the ones I'm going to pick, and this one's empty, as it was for the last one as well. I'll do what I did last time. I'm going to eliminate one, again, for no real reason other than he's already won an award. Maybe that's partly of my psyche at the moment. But even that race was utterly incredible. The time was amazing. He would have won World Senior Gold. I'm going to take out Nowacki's 200 breaststroke.
Oh, I think you're wrong to do that.
Is that where you're leaning?
No, I just think you're wrong to dismiss. I don't like you taking out.
It's just the way my brain works. It makes it easy for me to decide. Trying to pick one from three is really hard.
But that time would have won Worlds. We didn't have an individual gold medalist at Worlds. That would have won Worlds.
Yeah, true. Maybe I have been a little bit too early doing that. Oh no!
I'm too biased with the 200 freestyle at Aquatics GB Champs is the one I witnessed poolside. I'm very, very biased of that. I take away the time. I think, okay, it could have been faster. It could have been better. All round, actually. The men's 4x2, I want to give that some more context. That was a hell week for Aquatics GB. There was illness in that camp. We know there was illness in that camp. We'll get to it in a later award. You say they were expected to win that. I think going in, they weren't. There
really?
was.
You think that? I know the Americans were strong.
Not from our point of view. There were media coming out for America. There were media coming out for China. I think South Korea were coming out saying they were going to win this one. It was the year that, Duncan's celebration at the end kind of said it all. That wasn't straightforward. The rest of the world didn't think that was straightforward. For Aquatics GB
it wasn't straightforward. Yeah.
Especially given how the week had gone. Which I think we are so used to the success of this relay team, we forget when a special swimmer happens. I think in the context of that week, that was a very, very special swim.
Again, just very professional, I think. The way that they went about it.
143.8 is a bit more than professional. 143.8 is special.
Yeah, but you almost come to expect that from Duncan. When was the last time you
everyone
went
else,
slower
everyone
than
else
that?
was 145s.
Yeah. Really, this is another really, really hard one. I really hope they get easier from now on. But I think, I did this last year actually for the trials. I'm going to go for the 200 free at trials just because of what it actually meant. To be poolside, everyone was in sheer confusion. The way that Matt took it out as well, put everything in place. There's a pacemaker, if you like. Matt might actually do something incredible here, because if he held pace, he would have done a 143, which would have been a huge British record as well. Unfortunately died, and then the other two guys came through. Jimming becoming British champion again in the 200 freestyle. When was the last time he did that? I know he did it early in the week with the 400, but the 200 is a different thing. I'm going to go for the 200 free at trials. And I did that last year as well.
You did.
And maybe I am biased because it's
special when you get to go and watch it. Yeah. It really is. And we don't get paid to plug Aquatics GB Championships. Go watch it. Just get to London. Go watch swimming. It's you get a very different feel from it than watching it on the television. Yes. Which is why I'm really, really struggling to detach myself from that race as well. But I'm going the 4x2 and it's the only gold. It saved the week.
That's true, I suppose. Yeah,
it really did save the week. Had that not been hit, questions would have been asked.
I guess so.
There is a monster split in there. Yeah, from a monster swimmer.
I just feel so bad actually for disregarding Nowacki's swim now. I should not have done that.
So Dan. Public voting. This was split by 70 votes.
Oh, wow.
It was incredibly close. 6% split. Okay. This is the closest one we've had. Third place was the 200 free at Champs. You keep selecting your third place swimmer. The third place one
every
was
time.
29%. Second was the men's 4x2 with 33%, which means
really
the
close.
winner of this award with 39% is Filip Nowacki for the men's 200 meters breaststroke. And I don't hate it. I actually like it. This is why I wanted you not to dismiss that swim whatsoever. Like, this is a very, very good swim, and it is very, very respected about everyone who follows what we're doing.
It just shows you that the public also were a bit tied with which one comes first here, because the 200 free was 29%. Like 33 each is level, isn't it? So it's really, really close.
So, the winner of Propulsion Swimming British Race of the Year is the men's 200 metres breaststroke at World Junior Championships. Next up then, International Race of the Year. This is a monster list that we've left off this. We've got a list of 3 very, very good swims. The men's 200 metres individual medley world record from Leon Marchand. Katie Ledecky's 800 freestyle win in Singapore World Championships, and Summer McIntosh's 200 metres butterfly win in Singapore as well. Now, those last 2 are not world records. There were some monster world records this year that could have gone onto this list. Me and Dan really, really wanted to put Lucas Martin's 400 metres freestyle world record on here. I have to say the Summer McIntosh crowd bumped it.
Again, but we spoke about this. If Summer went 0.1 quicker and hit the world record,
this is the best swim of all time.
It's the best swim, and it would have won. But because she didn't, and she was 0.1 slower, then suddenly we've got a bit of a conversation going.
It's a special swim, which is why it's all part of our 3. The honourable mentions list, Dan,
God, it's endless.
It's
I'll
just
give you
a laughing
few.
stock of how good
I'll
this
give you a
list
few,
is.
because there's like 10, 15 or so. Like Ledecky's 800 free at Fort Lauderdale, where she went a world record in the 800 free. Gretchen's 100 fly, 54 points she went this year. Martin's 400 free, like you've just said. Summer's 200 IM world record Canadian trials, the 400 free world record Canadian trials, 400 IM world record Canadian trials, among many, many more. The fact that we got 3 out of this list is, we should be applauded for that, because honestly, some of these races are just mental.
We don't need to be applauded for that.
Yeah.
How do you want to play this one? Because I don't know if it's obvious, but I do think there is a monster swim here with a time that is absurd.
Well,
and then there is a race. Now, I will want to clarify, this is called International Race of the Year. It's not Swim of the Year, it's Race of the Year, of which, for me, quite comfortably, the 800 freestyle was the best race of the year.
Yes.
But I don't think that's my pick.
Oh, really? Now, I haven't looked at public voting. I am going to assume here that the 200 Iron world record is going to be the pick. But I'm with you in terms it's the actual race itself. Now, I remember last year it was Leon Marchand actually that won in the 200 fly because of the race against me. Like, that was a proper race. And I think we did a video on this, or did a bonus episode on the 800 free. And I had chills watching it before and during. Like, I don't really get that unless it's like a British summer racing. And there's no British interest in this 800 free right now. I mean, it's just like so much was on the line for Ledecky, because everyone was thinking, oh my gosh, Simon McIntosh is going to actually upset the Ledecky race. Okay. And actually, Lanny Palliser put herself in there as well. And you think, oh my God, we've suddenly got a 3-headed monster race. Suddenly. In terms of race, you're right. The 800 free would win. But then you're looking at times. So, again, if she went 0.1 quicker in that 200 fly, she wins.
She wins this.
She wins. But then you've got Marchand dropping 1.4, basically a second and a half on a 200
I will say this. We said this at World Champs. He bodied Ryan Lochtey's world record, which has stood for 14 years. He put a body length into it.
That's not supposed to happen. And he did exactly the same to Phelps the year before in the 400 IM. Just incredible. I just know that people are going to pick Marchand in the 200 IM. But I need to get across that the 800 free was a special race. yes, the time wasn't a world record. Ledecky hit the world record previously at Fort Lauderdale a couple of months ago before.
Time was still good. Like,
Oh,
it wasn't slow race.
8.5, yes. World record plus one for two of them, basically. I've always stood by what gets me fired up for swimming races is the drama and the way the race actually plays out. And the 200 fly from last year was the race for me at Paris Olympics, mainly because Marchand was in the race with the French crowd, etc. I'm going for the 800 I'm going to have to stick to my guns with what I want.
Respect it. I respect it. I'm going the men's 200 metres individual medley. That's when,
I mean,
you shouldn't be breaking world records by that much. Like, professional swimming has been around for a very long time now. World records don't drop by 1.3 seconds. No. It doesn't happen.
I'm going to assume the public have also agreed with you here.
It's a huge sway. So Summer McIntosh with 22% comes in third. Okay. The 800 freestyle with 24%, which I think that's really Summers. Disrespectful.
Okay. But I didn't think it would go ahead of Summers. Okay, fine. Yeah, interesting.
And with 55% of the vote is the men's 200 meters individual medley. Massive swing. By the way, these percentages, they're not equaling 100% because Instagram's really weird when it presents you. Just bear with us. It's just the rounding up. I can do maths.
Yeah.
But that means the winner of Propulsion Swimming's International Race of the Year 2025 is Leon Marchand in the men's 200 meters individual medley at World Championships. His world record, which I want to say will last for a very long time, but I don't know. That kid's quite special.
Yeah, that was a semi-final swim as well. If he did that in the final, well. Or if he went
final swim, still would have broken the world record.
Yeah, it would have done. Yeah, so he's now got that international race 2 times in 2 years.
He does.
Yeah, he's a special swimmer. He's very, very special.
Next up, then, is British Media Presence of 2025. This year, the nominees are Matt Richards, Jess Podger, and Hector Pardo. This is a very special award for us as Propulsion Swimming. It's something we have been campaigning forever, that swimming needs a bit more media presence, like whether that is athletes, whether that's creators, whether that's influencers, whether that's journalism, like the way that our sport is presented to the wider public is kind of why we started Propulsion Swimming, and we recognize people who do the same thing. This year, I do accept we have gone really athlete heavy with our nominations, and that's kind of within reason because I think athletes are they should be leading the way in this. In all honesty, it is their sport more than it is mine and Dan's. They are the ones who are in the water. So to go through our nominees, Matt Richards, he utilised his platform as an Olympic and world champion to provide behind-the-scenes insights into elite performance, especially his lead-up to British Champs, and his documentary kind of behind-the-scenes for that was really, really good. Jess Podger has been documenting the realities of high-performance student-athlete lifestyles. And actually, Jess has built a really authentic connection with what is, I can only say, is quite a big self-built fan base.
Yes.
She hasn't got the world or Olympic titles that other swimmers have behind herself, but she's grown a massive fan base, which is helping her succeed in the world of social media, and she's doing a great job of it, not just showing the highs, but also showing the lows as well. And Hector Pardo has been a leading voice this year, an advocate against sewage pollution, and his King of the British Lakes documentary, this is my personal nomination, was really, really special.
Yes.
It's approaching 600,000 views on YouTube. It's him swimming Britain's most iconic lakes. Really, really well produced piece of work that I enjoyed start to finish. I don't watch many 30 minutes videos about swimming in lakes. I watched all of that one. But there are some massive honourable mentions that we want to pump up, as well as these 3 athletes that we've spoken about.
Yeah, it's a difficult one because I've always said for this award, I've always wanted to see behind the scenes of athletes. So the fact that we've gone for a top 3 and they're all athletes is going to be quite difficult for me. But ones that we've missed out here, so Casey Shanahan, Freya Anderson have started their vlogs this year, and that seems
was
to be
hard
going
to leave
down
out because of what they're doing with fast and female.
Doing really well on that front. Jamie Ingram is still going with his almost breakdown of strokes and analysis and explaining what taper is and all that sort of stuff that people just don't know enough about. So the fact that he's doing that still is amazing. We've left out Paul Boy, who's done his 4x2 documentary for the relay and almost like giving a background of the relay and its most successful
history
relay.
Of the 4x2. Yeah, that was kind of a coin flip for me between his documentary and Hector's. So, Steve, if you're listening, sorry I went for Hector. We've just gone athlete heavy this year, Steve.
Yeah. I mean, consistent coverage of British swims, updating the British record database, all of that he still does in his own spare
gold
time.
Standard.
Yeah,
gold standard.
You could put Nick Hope as a gold standard as well, ever present
journalism.
on side. Yeah, Freestyle Media, the podcast there, doing wonders
We'll
for master
get to
swimming.
that one.
We will. Charlie Will at Aquatics GB, Alice Ty. There's a number of names and faces that we should be speaking about more.
Yeah, you raced over that one. Aquatics GB. The sleeping beast in this has awoken, thanks to very much what they are doing on the media front. I say sleeping beast because for a while it wasn't doing enough to promote the sport in this country. It now is. What Will and Charlie are doing, if you aren't aware of them, they've really taken the social media channels, the production, even like the product that went out to TV for British champs. They've got their hand in the cookie jar essentially of every little bit of output that goes out of Aquatics GB. I know the staff at Aquatics GB, we got a lot of nominations for them. Really are grateful for the work they're doing. We see the work they're doing. It's fantastic. It's what this sport needs in this country. Long overdue to be moving the needle. We should be chasing them, essentially, is how I see this for the future.
Yes, and it's not just swimming; they're doing it for the diving and artistic swimming.
The
and
diving
the
has
it's skyrocketed on the diving, hasn't it?
Skyrocketed.
It's doing really quite well.
They have found what works with diving reels. I can tell you that.
So they're just honourable mentions, unfortunately, for those guys, I guess. But we've got to talk Matt, Jess, and Hector. I know you were really big on that documentary that Hector did.
If this was about purely piece of content, like one single piece of content, my vote would be Hector Potter.
Yes,
based on that single thing. It's incredible. The reach that it's had on YouTube is massive. 600,000 views on YouTube in a long form half-an-hour documentary is huge. That's a giant reach that arguably is up there with what Aquatics GB champs would get. Like, that is huge reach. And honestly, what he's doing is it's hard being a face for a cause. Like, being a face for anything is exhausting, and being the face and voice and leading the way, he has been for a while now. Like, we spoke to him before we swam Lake Windermere about pollution there, and then he's gone and swam the Thames, and I know a lot of them who, as part of that swim, got quite ill after swimming the Thames, as expected, to be perfectly honest with you, because of the sewage pollution. It takes a lot to be that face, and he's doing a fantastic job at it.
Yeah, it's so difficult to keep banging a drum and ultimately be ignored, because we all know the sewage problem in this country is getting worse and worse. The pollution is so bad, and the fact that he's still standing up, being that voice, being that face to try and talk about that cause, and hopefully something good comes of it. The fact that it's got over 500,000 views on YouTube is just insane. Yes, and you're right, a massive piece on it that would really rival like top production levels. It's really good.
Really
If
good.
you haven't watched it, do go and watch it. Kind of the same for Matt Richards, if you like. He put that documentary out of his lead up towards champs.
That wasn't the only thing he's done, though.
No, he's talked about, very similar to sort of Jamie Ingram, talking about what a swimmer would eat, what's in the kit bag, asking questions, making it fun, all that sort of side of it. And then that goes to the same for Jess Podger as well, who is just detailing life of a swimmer, the highs and the lows. And I think the lows are the most, or arguably one of the most important parts, because these swimmers look amazing when you stand on screen. They're all, ripped and whatever else. But actually there's more to it than that. Education, for one, trying to squeeze it all in, etc., and dealing with the ups and downs and emotions and what to do with a bad race, the psyche that goes behind it. Yeah. So I kind of put Matt and Jess in the same sort of category because of that.
Okay.
Difficult one, honestly.
My vote is going to Jess Podger.
Okay.
Because I think building me and you know this, building a platform and a community based off not an Olympic gold medal in the sport of swimming is, I think, an outstanding effort.
Yes.
I think that is really, really hard to do. And her community, I have seen her community, like it is constant. It is very interactive. Whenever she goes to a swim meet now, and she is a leading light for female swimmers in this country, or just swimmers in general, she had the biggest public nominations of any award we've got.
Oh, really?
Of any award. Like all of the people writing in, the biggest, and she didn't push this. I will say that. Like, it's very easy for this award, for media presence, for the public nomination, that very first stage that we put live.
Yeah.
It's very easy for them to put that on their social media and get a swath of nominations. She didn't do that, and she had a huge amount of nominations come in. Quite comfortably, which is why we were very happy to put her forward for this.
Yeah, she's got an amazing
Which is why she's got my vote.
Yes, yeah. Well, I suppose my vote is redundant then, because she's got this massive swell of public nominations plus yours, so whatever I pick doesn't really matter. If that's the case, then I'll pick Matt, because I think they're doing much the same sort of thing. I suppose it's easier for Matt, if you want to call it easier, because he has that Olympic gold
I don't think
medal.
it's easier.
No,
that's not what I meant. And I think he's actually put a lot of his own pocket behind what he's doing.
He has indeed.
And you can tell he's put a lot of the pocket, because the production quality is very good. He had his own cameraman at British Champs, which I can tell you now is not cheap to do.
No. I just love the fact that both of them, and Hector as well, to be fair, give the human side of it as well.
Yeah.
So swimming on face value is kind of boring. You just go up and down. But the fact that they give an insight to the life that they live and put a positive spin on it as best as they can is something that is inspiring to your younger generation, which really ultimately is the biggest aim here. So that's the reason why, in my head, Jess and Matt were going to be equal pegging. And the fact that you've kind of saved me a bit of a headache there, I thank you for that. But all of them are doing fantastic stuff, and the honourable mentions as well. Honestly, they got to just keep going. The sport will just keep building if we can keep doing what we're doing.
It's so good that this award is getting deeper and deeper and harder to pick a three on this. Like it used to be that we knew at the start of the year, like the three who are likely to be part of this. We will continue to push this award, whether we evolve it further and have different categories. I don't know, but maybe it's athlete, maybe then it's influencer, because there are some people away from the sport of swimming who are doing fantastic jobs at pumping the sport of swimming up without being in the water, which again is supremely talented thing to do. Takes a lot of hard work. You are right in predicting the public vote. If you've got the most nominations coming in, you've got a big vote. But it wasn't the biggest sway, I will tell you that. So Hector came in third with 12% of the vote. Matt Richards came in second with 37% of the vote. And Jess Podger came in first with 51% of the vote. Athletes leading the way in the way the sport is produced and the way that stories are told, in the way that behind the scenes is told, is the way forward. They are the most successful people in presenting the sport as well, in my opinion. When it goes over to like big production value things, you have to have been involved in the sport. Maybe there's a future for some of these in the studio as well. We didn't even talk about Jan Jervis and his transition over for Aquatics GB and what he's doing. Really good to see him involved in that aspect as well. But this year's Propulsion Swimming British Media Presence 2025, Jess Podger.
This deserves, isn't it? I love the fact of what she's doing. Casey and Freya doing what they're doing as well. Hopefully they'll be involved in the top three next year if they can keep on going. Jamie Ingram, I think, unlucky to not be in the top three. I'll make a real play next year for him to be in the top three if he continues, because his stuff is good. It makes a lot of sense. It makes it really simple for everyone to understand as well.
Okay, next award then is the British Unsung Hero Award. And this year the nominees are Dr. Kate Jordan, Helen Gorman and Archie Goodburn. So all of the nominees for this award have come directly from public nominations. We haven't put anyone forward for this award this year. We wanted solely this to be based on the community, based on the stories that we were told, and understanding impacts on the sport of swimming, especially to those who have nominated each of these swimmers. The Unsung Hero, it's a new award based on last year. It's something that we wanted to put forward. People who are doing fantastic jobs in the sport of swimming, who are making this sport better, they need to be celebrated. There are some amazing honourable mentions and some stories that we may not even get to in this podcast because we just simply don't have time. We'd be here for hours. What we did last year was we did like a credit reel of everyone who got nominated by someone. We will do the same this year. If you are on that list, your work in this sport has not gone unnoticed. People are seeing the work you're doing. Thank you for the sport of swimming. But to go through this year's nominees, Dr. Kate Jordan is the Chief Medical Officer for Aquatics GB, and it is well publicised, the struggles that Aquatics GB had out in the World Championships. And I have heard directly from coaches who have gone out to Singapore and were part of that team. Her management of illness was absolutely key in Ben Proud's 50 metres silver medal in the 50 metres freestyle. As well as this, she is an indispensable role in supporting athletes within the Aquatics GB systems on a daily basis. Being a medical officer of part of an organisation like Aquatics GB, I can only imagine the work that you have to go through and the importance of that role. She will be a name, I would argue, unless you are part of the Aquatics GB setup, you don't know. You should know. You should know now. Helen Gorman is a leading light in the world of Masters swimming. She became Masters World Champion in 2025, and her work, this is a direct quote, her work as an inspirational role model goes beyond the swimming pool. She is part of the Freestyle Media podcast, and she is championing all ages in the sport. We know Helen. We've seen her on poolside. We've spoken to her on this podcast. This didn't come from us. This is the fact that she is a massive part of the community of swimming in Wales and master swimming just in essentially the UK and beyond. And the final nominee, Archie Goodburn. I don't think I need to drum home the story of Archie for everyone listening on here, but he is an incredible symbol of resilience and his courage in the face of health challenges to inspire change and movement for brain cancer research that frankly stretches beyond a swimming pool. He did an incredibly powerful interview on poolside at Aquatics GB Championships this summer. It has snowballed since then. He's done some amazing interviews on BBC, on all sorts of platforms. He is taking up the face of brain cancer research and brain tumour research, whether he likes it or not, and he is really pushing hard. I know he's in a very good place personally, thanks to a drug that he is on that has come from the States. And what he's doing in the swimming pool is frankly very, very good, as well as what he's doing out of the swimming pool. As soon as we got the nomination for Archie, it was obvious to put him forward for this award.
Yes, yeah. Again, all of the nominations in terms of the ones who were put in the credits reel deserve this award, because without the work that goes into the sport, of which most are volunteers, the sport would literally just be on its knees. It just wouldn't happen. The volunteers on poolside, whether it's timekeepers, judges, etc., are absolutely needed. You've just listed the names. There are other names like Anne Adams, who works at Para Swim Wales, does an amazing job over there. Jane Smith, who works at Aquatics GB, who's the one that gets parents to hand out the awards at the British Champs.
And so much more. But the amount of staircase she must have walked at London.
Yes, I know, going up and down those stairs. You know, I could list so many names. So we've had loads and loads that we will definitely put in the credits reel. Everyone deserves it. We said this last year. I know Lindsay Lewis did win it ultimately, but ultimately anyone is a deserved winner of this award. I suppose we'll start with Archie Goodwin, I guess, because he is. It's a story. It's an amazing story. And honestly, if I was in his shoes, I don't know how he still swims. Honestly, the fact that he is still so positive about it all. I know it must go through ebbs and flows. I know he struggled to talk about it for a little bit afterwards. He's now come out of that and actually wants to try and raise more awareness for that, and has a bit of a campaign going on about that as well. Just amazing stuff. Honestly, it's going to be difficult for me not to pick him, if I'm honest, because some of the stuff he's doing is sensational. Some of the swims he's doing as well, like his short course
record was very good.
Just awesome. Just awesome. Helen Gorman is doing wonders, I think, for Masters swimming. I still think she swims 7-8 times a week. utterly incredible stuff. World record holder as well, breaststroker, comes out of Cardiff and actually inspires a lot of Cardiff swimmers as far as I'm aware as well. And then you said about Kate Jordan as well, who did amazing stuff in Singapore, and ultimately if she wasn't there, maybe we would have really struggled to even medal at all, which would have been a massive asterisk on that meet itself. And I think a lot of swimmers pay, or do pay, and will pay her a lot of thanks in the future as well, because she plays a massive role.
As we saw from the public voting, to be honest with you, like the very, very easy vote on this is Archie Goodburn, given what he's going through, given the campaigns that he's doing. But the other two nominees, I don't want to take anything away from the other two. Like we do every year, we have to pick a winner because that's what awards shows are. I don't think this is a winner. I don't think you're a loser because you haven't won, if that makes sense. The stories that we have been told and the impact that these people have had, it's just astonishing. To be part of Aquatics GB setup and to be that integral to performance, like it genuinely is performance, medical well-being, and not be as well known as coaches in an aspect, like it's an incredibly important role. And something I'm very happy to highlight her work here, because the coaches who messaged certainly wanted to put her forward for this award, and I'm happy to give the limelight and where it's deserved.
Yeah, I mean, very much what the title of this award is, an unsung hero. So like you say, maybe not many people know who Kate is outside of your performance arena. But everyone should know who she is because she's doing an amazing job. And that goes the same for Helen Gorman, who maybe is, Master Swimming has just skyrocketed recently. The popularity has just gone through the roof. We literally saw a friend of ours today who's now gone back to Master Swimming, maybe because of her, but he's taken it back up again after so many years out of the water. So Master Swimming...
He's crazy, by the way.
Master Swimming is getting more and more popular again. And that's just thanks to Helen Gorman, and maybe the podcast is doing wonders.
The podcast is really...
it's informative. It really is good.
It is a niche environment, Master Swimming. Like, swimming in itself is a niche podcast environment. We do this podcast. We don't earn any money from this podcast. Like, we do, but we don't. Let's be frankly. Like, there's adverts in this. Minimum wage laughs at us.
Yes.
You niche it down even further, and you continue to do it week in, week out. You don't do this for the money. You don't do this for the reach. You do this for your community and the impact that you're having on the community. And Freestyle Media almost made it to the award before.
Yes.
But then we got the message in about Helen and how, I want to say it wasn't a master swimmer who said she's a role model. It was other swimmers at age group level who were saying that she is a role model in Wales and what she's doing. But we do have to announce a winner for this award. Dan, I do think I can say your vote for you. I can say the public's vote for you. This year, the winner of the Propulsion Swimming Unsung Hero Award is Archie Goodburn. Archie's an inspiration around the swimming pool, to be honest with you. What he's going through, what he's doing... seeing him produce incredibly powerful interviews on national television, backing up drug trials that need to happen. I think everyone who's voted for Archie on this award, I really hope you've signed his petition that he's got in his bio on social media. That petition is in the link of this podcast. It is the first link of this podcast. Go sign that petition. Seriously. That's all we ask from anyone who's listening to this podcast. I don't care if you subscribe, if you like this video, go sign the petition for Archie's sake, for everyone who is in Archie's situation. He's doing an amazing job. I cannot wait to see the rest of his season, to be frank. I'm looking forward to Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, should he make it.
You've literally taken everything that I wanted to say.
So, sorry. It's kind of obvious. Like, at the moment we had the swath of nominations for Archie, it was like, okay, it's not that we half ignored them last year. We just thought it was a little bit too raw.
He openly said it was a bit raw. We actually did message him if he wanted to come on a podcast. He politely declined, and we were like,
which is fine.
Absolutely fine. Of course it is.
Yeah. this year we couldn't ignore it. We had to put him forward. It's not that we had to put him forward. I would happily put Archie forward for this every day of the week.
Always.
He's a deserved winner of this award. Good luck with your campaigns, Archie. Everyone go sign the petition. Seriously. And any fundraising that goes on around Archie's profiles, go follow him. Go check it out if you haven't already. Fantastic, fantastic story and inspiration in the sport of swimming. Next up then, British Coach of the Year. A bit of a hard transition there, but we are straight into the next award. This year nominated are Ben Higson and Bradley Hay, Kieran Piper and Gary Humpage. So the first nominees are together in Stirling because they work in partnership, even though I'm pretty sure Ben Higson has taken over the main leadership role from Steve Tigg. A lot of Bradley Hay swimmers were performing admirably up in Stirling. In a year of which Stirling contingent was the largest ever sent to a World Championships in Singapore. The partnership between Ben and Bradley obviously produced the outstanding results for Duncan Scott, who we will get to later on in this podcast. There was also Angharad Evans' British record in the 100 metres breaststroke, Jack McMillan's individual gold, who has won the most improved athlete earlier on in this podcast. We've said for a while now Stirling it's certainly getting a lot of things right. Next nomination, Kieran Piper. He has cemented Millfield's reputation as a world-class development hub by guiding Philip Novacki, winner of 2 awards so far today, to a sensational 100 and 200 breaststroke double at the World Junior Championships. He was publicly nominated, like public demand. I wouldn't say it booted someone off this list, but he made his way onto this list. Thoroughly deserved. And Gary Humpage, under Gary's leadership, Ollie Morgan has produced a 100 metres backstroke British record of a 52.12, and he earned himself a nomination for Swim England's Performance Coach of the Year. I think Ollie Morgan's swims in the swimming pool are nothing short of extraordinary compared to where British backstroke was before Ollie Morgan in the 100 metres. He's now mixing it with the very, very best backstrokers, and I think it's a testament to what Gary's doing that Ollie is sticking around in Birmingham. That says a lot.
Yeah, because he would have no doubt had plenty of people chirping in his ear saying, oh, come to Loughborough, oh, come to Stirling, or go to America. He would have had all of that, and yet Texas, he chooses to stick with Gary in Birmingham, which just shows the relationship they both have, and the fact that Ollie still believes that there's still room to improve under Gary's tutelage. Amazing list that you've just said there. We've missed out Dave Hemmings, Ryan Livingston, Jamie Main, others as well, of course. But we've nailed it down to these 3 or 4.
Do you know what I like?
Ben and Bradley in the same one.
Do you know what I like about these 3 nominees? And I think this is by accident, but maybe it's not. You've got a performance centre in Stirling. You've got a university in Birmingham, and you've got a school / I want to say club, but it's a different when it's Millfield. It's not quite a club. It's a school. It's like a age group performance centre. 3 very different setups.
Yes. Yeah. Does that make it easier or make it harder?
Oh, harder. Absolutely harder. But we could have very easily put the performance gold medal winning coaches from World Champs in here. You could have put any medal winning coach. It's quite easy to do that, but I think looking beyond Ollie, what's going on at Birmingham, they've attracted Isabella Acaro there.
Yeah, they have.
They're performing out of their skin on the women's scene at Bucks. That's like the highest ever points that they've had. It makes this quite hard to pick a winner, because the public split on this is really close.
Oh, it's close, is it? That's interesting.
Really close.
I do have a number 1 pick ahead of the other 2.
Okay, go on. I'll let you lead.
I'll just start it. I think it's going Stirling's way again, because they won it last year, and it's just the sheer amount of medals that Stirling are bringing back, and the amount of swimmers that they're taking to these championships, which again was record breaking. They're getting Duncan to some of the best swims that he's ever done, and Harrod is getting British records all the time.
Just gone there.
Tom Dean has just gone there. Yes, Franson has just gone there. So they're attracting the best swimmers this country has to offer, and they're getting these guys to perform at the very best every single time, every single year. That can't go unnoticed. We've well, we've had Bucks short course, we've had Bucks long course, or going to have them in
I
February.
think that comes into it a little bit as well.
Yes, they're honestly, well, we'll talk about this as Bucks comes closer, but I do think Sterling will get the better of Loughborough in February. I honestly do, because they're getting stronger all the time. They were very close to short course just then. They're strong on the women's side, as we all know, but they're very strong on the men's side as well. Not quite as strong as Loughborough, but I think they'll topple them. That's another podcast for a later date. But sheer depth of what they're doing there, and it's not just the one swimmer or two swimmers. It's a plethora, and they're getting the best out of these swimmers all the time.
This is. I said earlier the awards get easier from here on. I think this is the last really toughie because Kieran Piper's swimmer has already won 2 awards so far.
Yes.
And Kieran Piper has won the public vote.
Has he?
Gary Humpage got 28%, Ben Higson and Bradley Hay got 33%, and Kieran Piper got 39%. So it's really, really close. I don't like going against public vote. We haven't so far, and it has swayed me. Kieran, I am a massive fan of what's happening up in Millfield. And I know it goes beyond Filip Nowacki. I know it does. And it was a very, very good season for him and his performance. I think the sheer quantity of success at Stirling trumps it just. Like, they've got Angharad over the edge to her individual title. Short course format, yes, but they've got her there. She's got British records. I'm going to go Ben Higson and Bradley Hay, and Stirling are going to take this home again, albeit it's incredibly, incredibly close for me. Of which it was for the public vote as well. I don't like going we haven't so far.
I think I have for majority.
Well, you have, yeah, but it has swayed my opinion.
Okay.
This one it isn't going to, because before I saw the public voting, I thought it would have gone to Stirling. And I kind of agree with how Duncan's swimming as well. It's been a good year for Stirling swimmers.
I think Ben Higson, Bradley Hay, Steve Tick before that, they know how to do it. And the quantity is probably the right word. I said depth. It's the same sort of thing. It doesn't go unnoticed, and I think they are deserved winners of this award.
They had outstanding British Championships. Last summer. That means this year's Coach of the Year goes to the Stirling duo of Ben Higson and Bradley Hay. Okay, we're going to take our final ad break now. A little bit of a breather, a little bit of a comfort break for me and Dan. We've been recording for a little while now. And when we come back, we will be going through the biggies. British Female Swimmer of the Year, British Male Swimmer of the Year, and somehow we've got to pick International Swimmer of the Year. Okay, welcome back to the final stretch of the Propulsion Swimming Awards. Thank you so much if you've got to this point in the podcast. We really appreciate your support and listening to us waffle about awards and struggle to pick winners. We've got some big decisions now to make. So we're kicking things off with the best British female swimmer of the year in 2025. Last year's winner, Freya Colbert, is in this award. So the nominees are Angharad Evans, Lauren Cox, and Freya Colbert. So Angharad Evans this year broke the British record in the 100 metres breaststroke with a world-leading 105.37 before taking her first international medal with a silver at European short course. Lauren Cox is here on public demand. Doesn't mean we weren't going to put her forward, but the public opinion was strong for Lauren in this one. She became Britain's fastest ever backstroker, breaking the 50 metres backstroke record before winning European short course gold later on this year in the 100 metres backstroke. And Freya Colbert showcased incredible consistency across the whole of the 2025 season, winning 2 bronze medals at European short course and breaking a super suit era 200 metres freestyle record on her way to a 4th place finish at the World Championships. Dan, 3 big names, a few other swimmers who could potentially have come onto this list.
I've got a list of 4 here. So Eva Ocaro, who has now moved to Texas and actually has started her campaign there, Texas, if you like, on American soil, doing very, very well. consider herself maybe unfortunate not to make this list, but I think we're dealing with British record breakers to get onto the top 3 here. Abby Wood, I said earlier that she's PB'd in her main events. She also medals at the World Cup Series as well. Unfortunate not to make it. Kiana McIntosh, we alluded to in the last one, got a Scottish record in 100 fly at Worlds with a 57.6. She also got a Scottish record in a 200 fly at Champs as well with a 207.1. So she was looking really good. I know illness got the better of her, if you like, in Singapore. And then Emily Richards, who actually finished her short course season with an English record in a 200 fly. So she was also as an honourable mention. But yeah, we're dealing with 3 female swimmers here who have all got a British record this season, as well as medals as well. So from that point of view, it's almost like a level playing field, if you want to put it that way. But I do think there is one swimmer that is head and shoulders above the other 2. I don't know if you
Sounds
agree
strong
with me here.
saying head and shoulders, but I think Freya Colbert is the class of female swimming in this country right now.
Yes, I agree. Yes. I think the biggest British record, because it is a super suit record,
That 2-3.
that 200 freestyle is a big swim. 155.0, not a million miles away from going 154s, and then suddenly being in that top echelon of the top 200 freestylers in the world. I still think, I don't know what her favourite event is actually. 200 IM, 400 IM.
Oh, I think 200 free now.
Yeah, 200 free has got to be up there. She can do 200 backstroke, so in terms of versatility, she's right up there. Yeah, British record on the 200 free, medal at the World Cup Series, European short course bronzes in the 2 and the 4. Just missed the British record on the 200 freestyle short course. She's gone sub 4 minutes.
With that one.
Yes, went sub 4 minutes in the 400 free short course. Smashed bucks. She's done very well all season long. Not to say that Lauren and Angharad haven't, but it just seems like Freya's been the most consistent throughout the whole season at pretty much every meet she's done.
I don't think, barring maybe 400 IM at Worlds, there was a moment of disappointment all year. I think she stepped up all season long and produced performances that were expected and beyond.
I agree, yes. Yeah.
She's my pick. She's your pick. She's the public's pick. The public vote on this one was Angharad Evans with 23%, Lauren Cox with 36%, Freya Colbert with 41%. She's had a fantastic season. She's a double winner of this award now, back to back. That Joe Jackson free record. That's a big one. We have had some good 2 freestylers come through in this country over recent years. You've had likes of Freya Anderson, you've had Abby Wood. They've not got that record. She has. That's a big swimmer. Maybe should have been in British Race of the Year had public nomination not pushed the other ones forward.
It was really close. You could put the same thing for Ollie's 100 backstroke as well, because that was
just missed the medals, didn't she? That's
so
the thing.
yes, and if that was a medal in the Worlds, then maybe that would have highlighted her season even further. I mean, she's almost medalled in every race that she's taken part in this season. But the other 2 swimmers, Lauren Cox, we've spoken a lot about her already in a previous segment of this award show. Amazing season. I'd love to see what she does at Commonwealth Games.
Now the 50s are part of
the
programs.
I know
she says she's looking at the 100, but the 50s special.
Yeah, I think she's top 5 in the world for the 50 back, I think.
Yeah.
I consider herself unlucky not to win this one. Just Freya has just been a little bit stronger. Angharad, a British record, 105. She went into the Worlds as fastest this year, or fastest going into World Champs. She did come away with a medal, her first senior medal, like you said, in the 200 breaststroke at European short course. And hopefully that will be the floodgates for her for next season. Or even this season, going into the Commonwealth Games and seeing how she gets on. But I think Freya Colbert is probably the one that, well, clearly everyone has picked on the public vote, and I think she's the one that deserves it the most. There's a lot to be excited about with Freya Colbert, there really is.
So that means this year's British Female Swimmer of the Year 2025 from Propulsion Swimming is Freya Colbert. Next up, British Male Swimmer of the Year. This year's nominees are Ollie Morgan, Duncan Scott, and Jack McMillan. So, Ollie Morgan this year has obliterated the 100 metres backstroke British record, sweeping the backstroke Triple Crown at British Champs, and then placing 5th in, we've already said, the fastest ever 100 metres backstroke field at World Championships. He is the undisputed British backstroke king in everyone's opinion. Let's be honest with you. He's a very, very good backstroker. Duncan Scott captured 3 British titles, including the historic 200 metres freestyle dead heat, and anchored the 4x2 relay to world gold in Singapore with a blistering split of 1:43.82, along with medals at European Short Course and the World Cup Series throughout the rest of the year. And Jack McMillan, by public demand, we said he had big public opinion in this year's award. After contributing a personal best split to Britain's World Championship Relay Gold, he secured his first major individual title by winning the 400 metres freestyle at European Short Course Championships. Dan, it's a big 3. It's a big 3. It could have been more complicated.
Yes.
The beast in the room is Ben Proud. Beast in the room, elephant in the room, whatever you want to call it. We skipped over it on the race of the year. Ben Proud won an individual silver at World Championships.
Yes.
It was the only individual medal for Aquatics GB.
He got a British record in the 50 fly as well. Just to add that in also.
He joined the Enhanced Games, which is, we've done a podcast on this. It's not something me and Dan agree with. Looking back now, I understand why Ben has done it, because I've heard the figures. They are eye-watering. Swimmers don't get that money.
Yep.
I understand it. He's at that point in his career. What we are doing as propulsion swimming and the way that we promote swimming, I hate to say I can't promote Ben Proud at this point in time, because that's essentially what we'd be doing. Albeit it was a different career.
Well, that's just
If you want to look at it that way, it was a different career in what he did.
If you want to be devil's advocate, he did all of this achieving being a clean swimmer. Not to say that he's taken anything anyway, because I've got no idea what he's done now, but as soon as you're associated with Enhanced Games, the stigma is that you are.
Yes.
That would be devil's advocate, because he's won that silver, being clean, British record 50 fly, 22.7 as a clean swimmer, the only individual medal at Worlds. If he hadn't gone to the Enhanced Games, he's probably winning this one. And that's where it gets difficult.
And it is a difficult conversation now.
Yes.
Like, what... I'm going to be really, really transparent in how I'm going to talk about this. Yes, you're right. He probably could have won this. I think the optics as us as a brand and what we do as propulsion swimming would be horrendous to put him forward for this. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think we can do that. I think we would alienate a lot of people who we have connections with in the sport of swimming by putting Ben forward for this, which is why we haven't. Like, firmly, it was never a discussion between me and Dan. As soon as it happened, I can tell you, like, we've had this note written since, I think we started at April after British Champs. We started writing who could go on a shortlist, who could have been promoted, who could have been part of awards. As soon as that came out, I can tell you Dan scrubbed it. Like, it just wasn't part of what we do. I can understand the argument to put him forward for this award. I can. I don't think we can do that.
Well, then, let's say,
haven't done it.
In theory, let's say if he were to win it and then we suddenly put it on our social to say, oh, Ben Proud is the best British male swimmer, I think the backlash we would have got from that
is bad.
Would be bad. Let's just leave it as bad. Yeah, it wouldn't be favourable for us at all. And that is mainly the reason why we've left him off. I don't know what else we want more to say about Ben, but
I think that's that. We've done the podcast. Go listen to our opinions on that podcast.
Yes, basically. Yes, yeah. The other swimmer that we've not included in our top 3 is Matt Richards, who did win gold as part of that relay. Hit a British record short course in 103. Difficult to leave him off, but
I think personally, both me and Dan wanted Matt on this, but
he
we
was in
really
my top
did
3.
listen.
But then you look at all the nominations that went towards Jack. It's really difficult to not put him in the top 3 for that alone. So Matt can consider himself really unlucky not to be in this top 3.
Each to their own. This is the three that ended up going forwards.
Mm-hmm. Where's your thought process going with this one? Because they're all medalists. We've got one swimmer who's hit numerous British records in Ollie Morgan. But you've then got world gold medalists in Jack and Duncan with their relay. Then Jack has obviously, and Duncan have come away with gold in the short course European pool. Ollie bronze in the 100 backstroke. Difficult one. In terms of accolades, very, very similar, if I'm honest. This is really difficult. For me, I'm toying between two of them.
Yeah, no, I'm between two.
How strong is that relay gold in Duncan's favour over...
It's not just the gold for me, it's the swim. the time as well.
Yes. Yeah, that is true.
I think if it was just the gold and not the time, I think it goes the other way. Man, I don't know.
They were getting easier, if I'm honest. This was actually potentially the hardest one.
No, there were some hard ones earlier.
Do I?
I literally bailed and gave an award to the public.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, God, I'm trying to think. Like Ollie Morgan, let's go through what he's done this year. So he's got a British record, a massive British record, long course. 52.1 is an insane time.
I think it's like the fifth fastest ever, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? He then backs up European short course with British records in both the 50 and the 100. With the 100 winning a bronze at European short course. That's good. That is a very good year. Has Duncan topped that?
And he mixes it with the best at long course at World Champs. Like, he is there in the final, and you expect him to final now.
We're back in the curtsy conversation of, was that better, the backstroke, or was it better for Juwadi? Because, in my opinion, the backstroke is deeper right now. Not to say Duncan in the 200 free, because that race is also deep too.
He didn't race 200 free at
Worlds
though, did he? His individuals didn't quite go to plan in the 2am.
No, it didn't. But he then went 1:43.8 in the relay split,
which is good.
Yeah, it's really good. And I think it was a 1:40 for the 200 free, wasn't it? Short course to get that gold over Jack. Really hard. But yeah, I don't. Maybe I've not made it obvious, but I'm toying between Ollie and Duncan here.
Oh yeah, so am
I. What would I rather have? 3 British records that Ollie's hit, or would you rather a gold at Worlds and a gold at European? It's times all medals. It's that. What do you want? I'm going to go for Ollie Morgan, because that 52.1 being poolside when he did it was just because I was filming the finish, and I'm not looking at the score, but I just heard the time. I'm like, sorry, what? What's he just gone? 52? What? Are you insane? He's just dropped like over half a second. I'm going to go for Ollie, just for the singular swim. It kind of trumps everything that Duncan has done this year, I think. In terms of times, just the one race.
This is really hard because you're asking me to pick against Duncan Scott, who I think is. This is going to be a weird sentence. I think he is the best British swimmer.
Okay.
Outright. Just in the water, in Britain, he's the best British swimmer.
I don't think I can disagree with you on that.
You're right. I'm slightly swayed. You've reminded me of that swim at Champs. And being poolside to witness that. And he's done the triple at Champs. And he's backed it up at a World Championships and gone through the rounds. He's won his first individual medal at Europeans, and yes, it's not a gold, but European backstroke is just bonkers. Mm-hmm. Like you're having to beat Chacon and stuff like that, and at Worlds he was mixing it with Chacon.
Yep.
He doesn't have He doesn't have the 4x2 gold that Duncan has, and that Duncan swim. I mean, that Duncan swim is why I picked that as race of the year. Yeah, I think I'll do Duncan based on a world gold and a world split. That is the only justification.
I know, it's razor thin.
I think Ollie has had a fantastic season. he was, I mean, he turned what, first, second at the 50 point of that 100 final. He took it out. He mixed it among the big boys. He is the undisputed backstroke king in this country. He is now a world level threat to a podium. I think Duncan's gold anchor split just minusculely edges it for me, which
it's interesting. We've had the same sort of thought process. I just think the backstroke is marginally better as well. Okay, yeah. Interesting.
It's hard. It's really hard. Really tough. My heart wants to pick Ollie, to be perfectly frank with you. The public vote on this one was kind of equally as close. So Jack McMillan, 23%, Ollie Morgan, 34%, and Duncan Scott, 44%. So he got an extra 10% of the vote, which I wonder if that's the Duncan fan base. But I also, Ollie's not a million miles off. It just shows the season that Ollie Morgan's had. I do think it's still going to get better. He's still a fantastic swimmer.
It's just the profile he's building.
He's building,
because of just the performances he's putting in the pool. And the
man, I want to apologise to Ollie for him not winning this, because the 52-1 is an outstanding swim.
Yeah.
How has he not come away with an award this year? It's kind of mind-boggling. Actually, to be honest with you.
Well, actually, based on that, then, with Duncan Scott winning this,
we've got two back-to-back.
Two back-to-backs in a row. Interesting.
We do. So this year's British Male Swimmer of the Year 2025 is Duncan Scott. Last but not least, then, International Swimmer of the Year 2025. For some reason, here at Propulsion Swimming, we don't separate it out to female and male. We stick them in one international category and politely shoot ourselves in the foot, because we have got, I think, arguably the greatest three nominees you could ever have. So we've got Summer McIntosh, Leon Marchand, Katie Ledecky. So Summer McIntosh was the most successful individual athlete at Singapore, with 4 gold medals as well as 3 world records in 2025. Leon Marchand secured an IM gold double and delivered, we've already agreed, the best performance or best swim of 2025 with a staggering 1:52.69 200 meters individual medley. And Katie Ledecky made history by winning her 7th consecutive world 800 meters freestyle crown, having broken the world record in that event earlier this year and faced an almighty challenge from Lanny Pallister and Summer McIntosh, as well as setting other ridiculous marks in the 1500, the 1650 yards. I won't say she's back to her best. I don't think she ever faded from her best. She is just the best distance swimmer ever.
Yeah.
This is the biggest 3 shortlists we've ever had as part of this award.
I think so.
We've had Summer and Leon before, but we've not had Katie as part of that. Last year was, I'm not sure it was easy picking Leon. I wouldn't say easy, but he was the poster boy of Paris. What he did in Paris was special.
Yes.
Had he not happened, Summer's stardom would be bonkers. It already is bonkers. Dan, I'm just going to say this now. This wasn't hard for me.
No, it should be a hard pick.
It should be hard, but it wasn't.
It's really not. You're
because
right.
There is one swimmer who I categorically believe is the best swimmer in the world.
And I completely agree with you.
And that swimmer is Canadian, and her name is Summer McIntosh.
She's the best swimmer in the world. Yes.
What she is doing to world records, she is going to get the 200 fly world record. What she is doing to very, very good swimmers is absurd.
Yes.
Yes, she didn't get Katie Ledecky in that 800 metres freestyle. So what? She's going to go after the 200 metres freestyle next and chase down Molly O'Callaghan. It's going to be terrifying. The world records came at Canadian trials. They didn't come at World Championships. I don't really care. The amount of gold medals she came away with, the amount of medals she came away with, she had a better year than Leon, in my opinion.
She did. Yeah. Maybe the world record wasn't as big in terms of the swim. I mean, I could argue...
some of them were big.
Like the 400 free world record was a monster. But I just think the 200 IM that Marchand did was just a slightly bigger monster.
Yeah.
But you can't take away from what she has won at World Champs, what she did at Canadian trials as well. She just utterly crushed this year. And she keeps saying there's more to come. I genuinely think that we are going through another Phelps sort of era, but with
Phelps swimmer.
McIntosh.
And she doesn't have relays in her back pocket.
No, but like you just list all the individual swims. Sure, well, with no Titmus now, 400 free, I think she'll just win.
Canter.
Both IMs, like no one's close on the IMs at all. 200 fly, no one's close. There's
close.
4 individuals. 200 free, like I think honestly, I still would pick Molly O'Callaghan to win that race. If they were to duel it out.
We don't know what Summer does.
That's just it. We don't. I think the last time she raced it went a 153, I think.
That's good.
I know Molly O'Callaghan's down at the 152s, but again, hasn't raced it for ages, so God knows how quick she can go. As much as we're almost, we are disregarding a bit, I guess, Marchand and Ledecky here. Ledecky's had one of the best years in a long time. Yeah, well, arguably she's ever had. But it just, in my head, is easy. Summer McIntosh is just the best swimmer. Not head and shoulders, but she's just the best swimmer right now.
Her and Leon are the king and queen of swimming.
Oh, they are, yeah. They're
both with Bowman.
They're the faces of the
terrifying.
Sport. Yes, yeah.
The fact that she's only just joined Bowman, like this has happened before Bowman.
I know, yeah.
What is to come is just like, are you kidding?
Yeah. Looking forward to it, honestly. I don't know where, I keep saying it every time we speak about it. What is her limit? The 200 fly world record, I can't believe I'm going to say this, is going to go like I didn't think it would go. I have always said, though, if someone's going to break it, it would be McIntosh, but I didn't think it would be. She's still only 18, 19. She's a teenager.
I know, right?
So really hasn't really hit her peak yet. She's a very good swimmer. She's international swimmer of the year, without a doubt. And there's a lot of swims in this list that we've not really talked about. We've spoken about Lucas Martins doing a 3:39 400 free. Doesn't make our short list because we're dealing with monsters of the sport. Lanny Palliser had a year to remember. Gretchen Walsh doing stupid stuff. Kate Douglas is doing awesome. Kaylee McEwen, Hubert Cross, David Popovich. We haven't even mentioned his name at all.
This podcast, yeah.
Just a lot of swimmers not being talked about, but like you say, king and queen of the pool. And then Katie Ledecky is the best distance swimmer or best female swimmer ever at the moment. But I think Summer McIntosh is on her way to eclipse that, but we've got a number of years till that happens yet.
Oh, we are in for a treat over the next few years. The public vote, in case you weren't wondering, 16% Katie Ledecky, Leon Marchand 38%, Summer McIntosh 46%. So it was close.
Okay.
It really was close. For me and you, Dan, this has been Summer's year.
Yes. Yeah.
Just consistently throughout the whole year, it's just been stupid.
I think it's going to be her year every year until she hangs up the goggles. I think that's how good of a generational talent we're dealing with here. She's extremely good, and I'd love to know how far she's going to end up going. Like I said, we're dealing with another Phelps-esque type swimmer here.
We are. And that just about rounds up tonight's award show from Propulsion Swimming 2025. Thank you everyone who's listened this far. Thank you everyone who's taken part in voting, taken part in nominating, listened to our rambling. We really, like I said, I literally gave one award because of public. We really, really do listen to how the community votes. Thank you so much for being part of the community this year. I hope everyone has a safe new year. Me and Dan will be back in 2026. Oh my God, it's 2026 next year. What on earth? With some amazing new content ideas. I think 2025, we were settling into new routines, moving house, new kids. 2026 is going to be fun. Check out our socials over the next few days, if you haven't, for a really, really good opportunity to work with for Propulsion Swimming in the new year. We are launching something which we think hopefully will add a lot of value to swimming meets and to swimmers and to parents in the new year. Go check that out. If you haven't subscribed to the Propulsion Swimming podcast, please do so on YouTube, Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We will see you in the new year. Dan, thank you for joining me past midnight on this recording.
Yeah, can you believe?
And we will see you very, very soon.
Yeah, thank you for listening, everyone, and we'll catch you on the next one.